Frodo Baggins' quest to destroy the One Ring is a journey filled with immense physical and mental challenges. But what truly tested him more, the dangerous trek to Mount Doom or the inner battle with the ring's corrupting power? Let's find out the physical and psychological hurdles Frodo faced and explore which was his greatest challenge, Mount Doom or himself. How difficult was the journey to Mount Doom physically? The journey to Mount Doom was a physically grueling task that pushed Frodo to his limits as a hobbit. From the cold, treacherous passes of the Misty Mountains to the scorching plains of Mordor, every step of Frodo's journey wore him down. He faced many threats, including Shelob, the Nazgul, and the treacherous landscapes of Middle-earth. As Frodo neared Mount Doom, the ring itself became heavier, symbolizing the growing burden he carried. Frodo's exhaustion is clear as Sam has to carry him in the final moments. "Come, Mr. Frodo," he cried. "I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you, and it as well. So up you get. Come on, Mr. Frodo dear, Sam will give you a ride. Just tell him where to go, and he'll go." As Frodo clung upon his back, arms loosely about his neck, legs clasped firmly under his arms, Sam staggered to his feet, and then to his amazement, he felt the burden light. Sam lifted Frodo with no more difficulty than if he were carrying a hobbit child piggyback. How did carrying the One Ring impact Frodo mentally? Carrying the One Ring was not only a physical burden, but an enormous psychological strain. The closer Frodo got to Mordor, the stronger the ring's influence became. It preyed on his fears, doubts, and desires, constantly whispering temptations to him. The ring's power was designed to corrupt its bearer, and Frodo struggled to resist its growing allure. The mental battle was as taxing as the physical journey, with the ring becoming a near-constant voice in his mind. "Do you remember that bit of rabbit, Mr. Frodo?" he said. "And our place under the warm bank in Captain Faramir's country, the day I saw an oliphaunt?" "No, I am afraid not, Sam," said Frodo. "At least I know that such things happened, but I cannot see them. No taste of food, no feel of water, no sound of wind, no memory of tree or grass or flower, no image of moon or star are left to me. I am naked in the dark, Sam, and there is no veil between me and the wheel of fire. I begin to see it even with my waking eyes, and all else fades." Sam went to him and kissed his hand. "Then the sooner we're rid of it, the sooner to rest," he said haltingly, finding no better words to say. This statement reveals Frodo's deep psychological torment. By the time they reach Mount Doom, Frodo feels completely exposed to the ring's corrupting power, making the internal battle one of the most significant challenges he faced. How did Gollum symbolize Frodo's internal struggle? Gollum represents what Frodo could become if he fully gave in to the ring. Once a hobbit-like creature named Smeagol, Gollum was transformed by the ring into a twisted and obsessive being. Throughout the journey, Frodo sympathizes with Gollum, recognizing in him a reflection of what he could become if the ring completely overpowered him. Gollum's constant presence reminds Frodo of the danger he faces, not just from external enemies, but from his own inner darkness. "Very well," he answered aloud, lowering his sword, "but still I am afraid, and yet, as you see, I will not touch the creature. For now that I see him, I do pity him." Frodo's empathy highlights his internal battle with the ring's influence, showing that he sees a part of himself in Gollum's obsession. Gollum serves as both a warning and a mirror to Frodo, emphasizing the internal challenge he faced throughout the journey. What happened when Frodo finally reached Mount Doom? When Frodo finally reached the cracks of Doom, the ultimate test of his journey came. After enduring the physical hardships and the psychological toll of carrying the ring, Frodo was unable to resist its power. In the end, Frodo succumbed to the ring's influence and claimed it for himself, declaring, "I have come," he said, "but I do not choose now to do what I came to do. I will not do this deed. The ring is mine." And suddenly, as he set it on his finger, he vanished from Sam's sight. Sam gasped, but he had no chance to cry out, for at that moment many things happened. This moment demonstrates that even Frodo, with all his courage and resilience, could not destroy the ring. The corruptive power of the One Ring was simply too strong, even for someone as steadfast as Frodo. It was only through Gollum's intervention, his desperate attempt to reclaim the ring, that the ring was finally destroyed. This shows that Frodo's internal battle was ultimately the hardest challenge he faced. Was Frodo's greatest challenge Mount Doom or his internal struggle? While the physical journey to Mount Doom was filled with peril, Frodo's greatest challenge was his internal struggle with the ring's corruptive power. The closer Frodo got to Mordor, the harder it became for him to resist the temptation of the ring. Although Frodo succeeded in reaching Mount Doom, the internal battle proved too much for him to win alone. His failure to destroy the ring at the very end reflects the overwhelming influence of the ring, making his internal battle the greatest challenge of all. Tolkien himself noted in his letters that Frodo's burden was one of immense sacrifice. Frodo undertook his quest out of love, to save the world he knew from disaster at his own expense, if he could, and also in complete humility, acknowledging that he was wholly inadequate to the task. His real contract was only to do what he could, to try to find a way, and to go as far on the road as his strength of mind and body allowed. He did that. I do not myself see that the breaking of his mind and will under demonic pressure after torment was any more a moral failure than the breaking of his body would have been, say by being strangled by Gollum or crushed by a falling rock. This statement highlights that Frodo's true heroism lay not in destroying the ring, but in carrying it so far, enduring the immense psychological and emotional strain, even though the task ultimately required outside help to succeed. Frodo's journey to Mount Doom was filled with immense physical trials, but his greatest challenge was the internal battle with the corrupting power of the One Ring. While he couldn't destroy the ring himself, his perseverance and sacrifice made him one of the most heroic characters in Tolkien's legendarium. His story shows us that even the most unlikely hero can carry the heaviest burden, but sometimes the greatest challenge lies within. Frodo's journey shows the immense power of inner struggle and sacrifice, but he's not the only one who faced such challenges. Elrond, with his half-elven heritage, carries a burden that shaped the fate of Middle-earth. Click on the video on screen to learn more about how Elrond's choices impacted the world.